Hey everybody, it's Theresa here of Larkin Design. Welcome back to my summer travel mini series. Today is the last process video that I will be sharing with you from this series. There will be one more video one day next week. I'm not sure exactly what day it will be, but I'll share a layout with you and show you how these layouts look in my Project Life album and just walk you through and share some final thoughts on this travel series. And so be sure to check the links down below if you have missed any pieces of this mini series. And most importantly, thank you for joining me. This has been so much fun to share this with you, and it's been a lot of fun to hear from you guys as well. And so I'm going to jump right into my process for today. This is the Maggie Holmes Sunny Days collection for crepe paper. And so if you remember at the beginning of the series, I started out with using traditional product in pocket pages. And so today I'm going to do that again with the Sunny Days collection. And so I'm just going through some of the papers that I have from this collection, and I'm looking for, just keeping some of the ideas in mind that I shared earlier in this series, looking for anything that is geometric or has lines or will accommodate journaling, and anything that works well for layering. And to be honest, there isn't anything in the Sunny Days collection that you couldn't use. So just a disclaimer there. So what I'm going to do, normally I don't show you the boring cutting apart pieces of the process videos, but I did want to chat with you a little bit about how, in order to decide on the pieces that I wanted to use for this layout, I went ahead and cut apart a couple of pieces that I knew I loved and that I figured were good options for this layout. I especially loved this mint green paper here. This is a B-side, and there were a couple of word art spots on this paper as well. And so I'm going to just cut out one of the word art sentiments, I guess, and the lines above or below it. There's a couple of ways that you could cut that to accommodate a 4x6 or a 3x4 card. And so, of course, once I get just the mint part of that cut out, it's not quite 4x6. So I'm going to just layer it on a piece using the A side, which is those adorable little oranges. And so this gives a great starting place for my color scheme, right? So there's all the usual players in this collection: mint, orange, pink, a little bit of that blue. There's some cream colors. There's also a bit of coral on the left-hand side. And so you could pull just about anything from this collection. And I've kind of used a combination of things. But I feel like the oranges and that mint green kind of set the tone for the layout. But once again, I'm just cutting out some of the pieces from this collection that I feel like might be useful or that I might like. And then I'm setting them into the layout or on top of the layout so that I have an idea of what the pieces are that I really want to use. And then once I feel like I have a good portion cut or enough cut to fill the layout, then I'm going to figure out where to place everything. That's a really long way to say I'm just cutting apart the pieces that I really like, and I'll figure out where to put them once I'm done cutting. But there were just a couple of favorite things. That navy with the pink floral was something that I really liked, and it sort of actually looking at that navy made me change that top left-hand corner card and incorporate those that circle pattern. I really need to figure out what to call that circle pattern. It's one of my favorites in the kit. And of course it has the mint green, the blues, the pink, and the yellow as well. So that's repeated again in that happy card, which I just trimmed down to fit into the 3x4 pocket. The funny thing about working with crepe paper cut apart sheets is that they aren't always 3x4 or 4x6. So you have to get kind of creative with layering and just sort of play it by ear. Now, there are a couple of things you'll notice that I leave smaller than the pocket size. And I'll talk about that when we get to those places. So what I'm doing right now is just sort of figuring out where I want everything to go. And I'm checking to see that the colors are kind of balanced across the layout. And so obviously I have the circle card in the upper left-hand corner, and then the oranges card in the lower right-hand corner, and then another splash of the blues are sort of in the center, and then the pinks are balanced out. The pink and coral are balanced out between both sides. So now I'm ready to dive into the embellishing and all that fun stuff. This specialty paper here from the collection. Okay, so I have to say that I pulled this out of the packaging and almost died because it's so pretty. The numbers are embossed and debossed on the page, and of course there's gold foiling, and it's just like all the most beautiful things in the world. But this is week 22 in my album, so I cut out the twos. They're little ticket stubs, and I just cut those out and layered them over top of that card. And then I'm going to spell out Outer Banks using the gold glitter alphabets. There's probably 150 million other things that I could have done to this card, but I'm going to leave it like this. In the end, I realized that I didn't put week. I didn't spell the week. So I don't know if down the road I'll look at that and go, is anybody going to know what the significance of 22 is? But I think that if anybody is looking through the album at this point, they probably know what the 22 means. I don't know. We'll see if it bothers me, if I go back and look at it, or if it keeps bugging me in the night, if I need to add the word week to that. I also did not actually physically date this card at all, other than the week number. And that, that's probably okay. I probably don't need to stress about it too much. So I'm just going to let it go. So here is one of the pockets that I'm going to add a card that is smaller than the pocket itself. And I'm just going to experiment with this. I haven't done the layout prior to this week or after this week yet. So that will give me an opportunity on the back side of that card. It's the little summertime card. I chose it because it had a couple of lines on it, and I could use that for journaling, right? And so now I have some possibilities on the back side for just doing a smaller card instead of a full 3x4 card. And so we'll see how that works out when I go back to finish up the month of May. This is actually like May 27th, May 26th through June 1st. So we'll see when I do the rest of the month of May, and then when I move into June, how that works out. I really like the idea of having some smaller elements in these pockets. I know that is something that if you've followed Maggie Holmes for a long time, that's something that she was known for when she does pocket pages. She uses elements that are smaller than the pocket themselves. And so that might be something that's fun to play around with and something that I might explore further. coming on down the road. So don't be afraid. That's your takeaway for today. Don't be afraid to use elements that are smaller than your pocket. So I have moved at this point, I've moved to the right-hand side of the layout because I suddenly became chatty about these smaller elements. But I took one of the patterned papers and just layered one of the die cut cards. And again, using lines for journaling, and then I just stapled that die cut, that journaling die cut. I just stapled it to the pattern paper itself. It's just a very simple pink and white polka dot. Again, geometric patterns make great layering pieces and contrast against the lines. And some other little notes about this side. I added a title to the upper right hand corner, the sunshine, and then a word sticker from the sticker pack that is in that collection. That sticker pack is probably one of the best buys from this collection. I definitely recommend that sticker pack and have used it quite a bit. This is probably the layout where I have used the least tape runner adhesive. It seems like I stapled most things or used stickers. So that's fun. That's a fun little note that I picked up on when I was editing the video. And so there we go. That is the finished layout for today. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you will hit like and subscribe to my channel and comment down below. Let me know where you're traveling to this summer, what collections you're using, how that's coming along for you, and I'll chat with you again here very soon. Bye-bye.